In this video, I will be discussing about determining the strength of tension member. As I have told in the previous modules, for every topic you will be having two types of problems. One is determining the strength, the other one is design problem. So here in this video, I will be speaking of determining the strength of tension member. So this will be the procedure to solve the problems based on determination of strength of tension member. The first will be the data. The second and third and fourth will be we have to calculate three values, and is TDG, TDN and TDV. It is nothing but its yielding strength, rupture strength and block shear strength. So once you calculate these three values, these are nothing but the strength in each particular type of failures. The least value will be the strength of the particular tension member. So this TDG is given in clause 6.2 of IS 800 in page 32. Similarly for rupture, TDN is given in clause 6.3. 6.3.1 is for plates. That means if the tension member used is a plate, you have to use the formula given in clause 6.3.1. And if the tension member used is an angle, then you have to use the formula given in clause 6.3.3. And for block shear, it is TDV given in clause 6.4 of code book. So starting with this problem, you have to determine the design tensile strength of a plate 120 mm by 8 mm, which is connected to a gusset plate of thickness 12 mm, and the dia of the bolts used in the connection is 16 mm. You can see here for the gusset plate, a plate which is used as a tension member is connected. And the thickness of gusset plate is 12 mm and the dimensions of the plate is 120 by 8. So remember one thing, length will not be specified anywhere, length is not required. So this 120 is nothing but the width of the plate and 8 mm is the thickness of the plate. So you can see here this figure is given. So this will be the side view and this will be the cross sectional view. So this indicates the gusset plate and this indicates the plate which is used as a tension member of width 120 mm. Even the bolts along with pitch and edge distances, gauge will be given, is given as shown in this figure, will be given in the exam also. So edge distance is 30, pitch is 60 and even the gauge is also 60. See, load will be applied along this direction. So the pitch and edge is measured along the direction of load. So this will be the pitch and this will be the edge distance. And this is gauge distance. So this gauge distance will be measured along the direction perpendicular to the load application. So this is end distance. Both edge and end will be treating it as same. So this is a figure given and this is data given. And the bolts used are 16 mm dia of 6 numbers are arranged in 2 rows. So moving on to the first step, that is data. See, M16 bolts are used. That means diameter of the bolt will be 16 mm, that is shank diameter, and diameter of the bolt hole is, so for 16 mm dia bolts, clearance is 2 from table 19 of code book. So diameter of bolt hole will be 18 mm. And the value of T, if you are going for connection, you have to consider the least thickness. So here the two thicknesses are involving here. One is the thickness of gusset plate, that is 12 mm. The thickness of plate which is used as a tension member is 8 mm. So the least among these two is 8 mm. So T will be 8 mm, which is least thickness. So pitch is 60, edge is 30 and gauge is 60 mm. So next step will be determining the TDG value. It is given in page 32. We have used this formula in various other problems also. So you can see here page number 32 of code book. TDG is given over here, AG into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So using that formula here, so TDG is AG into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So AG is nothing but gross area of the plate, which is nothing but width into thickness of the plate, that is 120 into 8. Fy is the yield stress, that is 250. And gamma m naught from table 5, partial safety factor is 1.10. So TDG is 218.18 kN. That means this tension member, that is the plate which is used as a tension member, will start to yield when the load crosses this value. Next, you have to calculate the design tensile strength due to rupture of critical section, that is TDN. This will be calculating from clause 6.3.1. You can see here in the code book, so design strength due to rupture of critical section. So the tension number used here is a plate, so you have to use this particular formula here. So using this formula here, 0.9 into An is nothing but B minus N into DH into T. So we are not using or not going for staggered pitching. So you will not be using the staggered pitching term here. So An will be just B minus N into DH into T. So if we substitute these values, B is nothing but the width of the plate, that is 120, minus N. What is N here? N is nothing but the number of bolt holes participating along the critical section. So critical section can either be here, here or here. So if you take any critical section, the number of bolts will be participating in the critical section is 2. So N will be 2. DH stands for diameter of the bolt hole. So in this case it is 18. T is 8. And Fu is the for the material you have to substitute, that is 410. So partial safety factor gamma M1 is 1.25 from table 5. So TDN will be 198.37 kN. So this means that the plate will fail by rupture if the load increases beyond this value. That's the meaning of this. So calculated TDG, TDN, the last remaining is TDB. So you can see here, so TDB is given in clause 6.4. So if you are going for bolted connection, you have to refer 6.4.1. So having two formulas here, to calculate these two values, the least we should be treated as TDB. So there is no formulas for AVG, AVN, ATG and ATN. So now I will be discussing how to calculate those values. So now first we will be calculating AVG, AVN, ATG and ATN. So these are nothing but the areas. So A stands for area, V stands for shear and G stands for gross. So AVG is given by LV into T. So V stands for shear. So I told you that there are three failure planes here, two horizontal and one vertical. So these portion will be separated as a block. So that's the meaning of block shear failure. So two planes of shear, one plane of tension. So we are dealing with shear now. So LV is nothing but the length of shear plane. You can easily get this value from this point to this particular point. You have to observe that, you have to take care that these lines will be passing through center of the bolt holes, both shear as well as tension. So LV is nothing but the length of shear plane. It starts from this particular point to this point. So in order to get LV, you have to add these three values. This is S distance from here to here. Once again pitch and pitch. So 60 plus 60 plus 30. So LV will be of 150. And T is nothing but the thickness. Thickness is 8. And N stands for number of shear planes. So there are two shear planes, so N will be 2. So this gives you AVG, the gross area in shear. So next we will be calculating AVN. There is nothing but the AVG minus N into DH into T. So AVG I have obtained here, the gross minus N is 2. That means number of shear planes are 2. Now DH is 18, T is 8. What is this 2.5? That means in each shear planes, how many bolt holes are participating? I told you that these lines are passing through center of the bolt holes. So we need to calculate the number of bolt holes participating along each shear plane. That means 1 full bolt hole, 2 full bolt holes and half. So totally 2.5 bolt holes are participating in each shear line. So that's the meaning of 2.5 over here. So AN will be 1680 mm square. So this is how we calculate AV here. So similarly, you have to calculate ETG and ATN. This is the gross. A stands for area, G stands for gross, and T stands for tension. So ETG, gross area in tension, is given by LT into T. So LT is nothing but length of tension plane. So tension plane, this is the length from center of this bolt hole to center of this bolt hole. There is nothing but the gauge distance. So LT will be 60, the thickness is 8. So ATG will be 480 mm square. So similarly, I have to calculate net area in tension. It's ATG minus N into DH into T. So ATG is 480. N stands for number of tension plane. So always we'll be having only one tension plane into a DH into T. So DH is 80, T is 8. What is this 1? This is the number of bolt holes participating along this tension line. So half of this bolt and half of this bolts will totally make it as 1. So that's the meaning of this 1. So remember this. This stands for number of bolt holes participating in a tension line. So half of this bolt and half of this bolt. So totally it will be equal to 1. So ATN will be 336 mm square. So you are aware that you are having two formulas here. So AVG are calculated. Fi is 250. Root 3 into gamma m naught is 1.1. So 0.9 into 18 is 336. We are calculated here. So Fu is 410. It's for material. So whenever you get confusion between Fy and F, you just refer the description given below the formula. You get to know what to substitute. So TdB1 will be 414.1 kilonewton. So TdB2 will be 395.41. So the least of these two is 395.41. That means block shear strength of this particular plate which is used as a tension member is 395.41. So now we have calculated three values. So TDG, TDN and TDP. TDG is 218.18. That means this plate will start to yield when the load of 218.18 acts. That means it fails after 218.18. And TDN is the amount of load required to fail by rupture, and this is the amount of load required to fail by block shear. So out of these three values, so this is the least one. That means the load will not reach these two values. It will fail at this particular point itself, and that due to rupture. So the strength of this tension member which is used as a plate is 198.37 kilonewton. So moving on to the next problem, we are being asked to once again determine the design tensile strength of a tie member, tie in the sense tension member itself. So here, instead of plate as used in the previous problem, he is using an angle ISA 100, 75 and 8 mm. So it is an unequal angle. So 175 determines or shows the length of angle legs, and this value indicates the thickness of the angle leg. So ISA 175 8 mm is used as a tension member here, which is connected to a gusset plate of thickness 12 mm using 4 bolts of 16 mm diameter at a pitch of 60 mm and edge distance of 40 mm. So moving on with the step 1, that is data. The diameter of bolt is given as 16 mm. So adding a clearance of 2, diameter of bolt hole will be 18 mm. So pitch and edge are mentioned, that is 60 and 40 respectively. So thickness you have to design between two thicknesses. So thickness of gusset plate is 12 mm as mentioned here, and the thickness of angle leg is 8 mm. So if you compare with these two values, the least is 8, so T will be 8 mm. So this is a figure given over here. So 4 bolts are used here. See, if these two values 60 and 40 from this bottom to center of this bolt hole is 60, and from this center to this particular point it is 40. See, if these two values are given, well and good, or else you have to get it from SP6 part 1 code book. You can get it from page 168 of SP6 part 1 handbook. You can see the figure here. If only one row of bolts are used, you have to get the value of C, and if 2 rows of bolts are used, you have to get the value of A and B. So for our particular problem, we are using only one leg, one row of bolts, and always you have to remember that if unequal angle is used, that is 175 in this particular case, See, longer leg will always be used for connection. That means longer leg will be always connected to gusset plate. So length of connected leg is 100 mm now. So based on that, we need the value of C because we are using only one row of bolt. So here leg size is mentioned, A and B values are mentioned. So particularly right now we don't need A and B, we need C. So length of angle leg, that is connected leg, is 100. So the value of C will be 60. That means from this particular point to the center of bolt hole it will be 60. You can see here from bottom till the center is 60. So out of 100, if you add, if this is taken by 60 mm, the remaining will be of 40. So this is how we get the value if it is not given. If it is not given, you have to get it from SP6 part 1 1964, page number 168. So when we are done with data now, so next you have to calculate TDG, is nothing but AG into Fy divided by gamma m naught. So now you are aware of Fy and gamma m naught. This AG you have to obtain from steel table or SP61 1964 for this ISA 175 8 mm. So now I have opened a steel table for unequal angles, properties of unequal angles. So dealing with 175 and 8 mm. So we need to deal with the properties along the second line. So area is given for 175 8 is 13.36 centimeter square. So the area of 175 8 mm is 13.36 centimeter square. So here you have to substitute in mm. So 1336 will be the gross area of this 175 8. So Fy is 250, gamma m naught is 1.1. So TDG will be 303.63 kilonewton. So moving on to the calculating TDN. So now you are using angles. That means you have to use this particular formula from clause 6.3.3, page number 33. So you are aware of Fu, gamma m1, Fy and gamma m naught. You have to calculate ANC, Ag0 and beta. So these formulas for ANC and Ag0 is not given in the code book. You have to memorize these formulas. So ANC is nothing but the net. A stands for area, N stands for net, C stands for connected leg. So net area of connected leg. You can see the figure over here. I told you that the longer leg will be connected. So for this L will be from this particular point to this will be 100 mm, and this is called as connected leg and this is called as outstand leg. So connected is 100, so outstand is 75. The thickness of this angle leg is 8 mm. So ANC means net area of connected leg. That means the area I have to calculate excluding the bolt hole, and this area should be calculated from this particular point to this particular point, that is center line. So L stands for the total length, that is 100, minus the diameter of bolt hole you have to deduct, that is 18, and told you that this area is calculated from this particular point to this particular point. So you have to exclude this below portion, that is nothing but T by 2. So that gives you the length. So L minus DH minus T by 2 will give you net length, into thickness will give you area. So once again L is the total length to connected leg, minus from that you have to deduct the diameter of bolt hole, that is 18, and then you have to deduct the half of the thickness of the angle leg, that is T by 2. So that gives you, so this term gives you the length of the net length of connected leg, into thickness will give you the net area. So L is 100, diameter of bolt hole is 18, T by 2 is nothing but 8 by 2, and the thickness of angle leg is 8. So ANC will be 624 mm square. Similarly Ag0, A is for area, G is for gross, and O is for outstand leg. That means you have to calculate the gross area of this outstand leg, and once again from this particular point, the center line, till this end. So W is the length of outstand leg. So 100 is connected, 75 is not connected. So W from this particular point till here it will be 75, minus you have to deduct this half thickness, that is T by 2. So that gives you the length of the angle outstand leg from this particular point to here into thickness will give you the area. So AG naught, gross area of outstand leg will be 568 mm square. So we have calculated ANC and AG naught from this formula. The remaining is you have to calculate beta. So this is also given in the same page of code book, page 33. So here W is nothing but the length of outstand leg. It is 75. T is the thickness of angle leg, say 8. Fy is always 250. Fu is 410. It is not 420. It is 410. And LC. What is this LC? If you refer this figure over here, this particular distance from this particular point to here, it is called as LC. It's a distance between center to center of two outermost bolts. So if pitch and edge distance is given, it is well and good. So pitch and edge is given 60 and 40. So three pitches, 60, 60 and 60, it is 180. So LC will be 180. So 180. The only thing you have to calculate now is BS. It is nothing but shear lag width. So this particular figure is given in page number 33. So below this figure, the formula for BS is also given. That is W plus WL minus T. What is the shear lag width? See, this is a connected leg. The length of the angle leg from this particular point, center till here, will be available for load transfer. So this length of angle leg will not participate in transfer of load due to shear. That means shear load it will not be transferring. So what is the length which is lagging in transferring the shear is nothing but shear lag width. It is calculated by W plus WL minus T. Why T is deducted here is, so W, this thickness will be included. In WL also this thickness will be included. So you have to, half of the thickness will be included while considering W and WL. So you have to deduct that. So it will be minus T. So why I have to deduct this T? Because it is distance along this center line from this particular center along this line till this particular point. If you consider W, this T by 2 also will be included. And if you consider WL, that is from this center to this bottom, even this half thickness also will be included. So that you have to deduct. So minus T by 2 in this direction and minus T by 2 from this direction. So totally it will be equal to T. So BS is W, that is 75. WL is 60. We have obtained from page 168 of SP61 part 1964. Minus thickness of angle leg is 8. So we'll get BS. So substitute all this, you'll be getting the beta. See, this beta value should be greater than or equal to 0.7 and it should be less than or equal to this particular one, that is 1.44. So to satisfying both these values, we can take this value as beta. See, if this value is less than 0.7, we have to take beta as 0.7. And if this particular value is greater than 1.44, then beta have to consider 1.44. So in this case, it is satisfying the condition. It is well between these two values. So I can go ahead with beta of 1.09. So substitute all the values, we will be getting TDN for this particular angle. It is 325.43 kilonewton. So next we are left out with finding out the block shear, that is TDB. We are aware that we are having two formulas here. So in this you have to calculate AVG, AVN, ATG and ATN similarly. So starting with AVG. So if an angle or a plate is used where only one row of bolts are present, so this is how block shear happens. So this portion will be separated as a block. So what is AVG? So gross area required in shear. So LV, once again it is LV into T. LV is nothing but length of shear plane from this particular point till here. So pitch is 60 plus 60, 180. So edge is 40. So the total LV from this particular point till here, it will be equal to 220. Now the thickness of angle leg is 8. So that gives you AVG. So once again AVN, EVG minus N into, so this value changes. for every problem. So EVG is 1760. N is number of shear planes. In this case there is only one shear plane, whereas in the previous problem we had two shear planes. So whereas here I have only one shear plane, so N will be equal to 1. So this value changes with every problem. So what is this exact value? It is nothing but number of bolt holes participating along this shear plane. So how many bolt holes are participating? 1 full, 2 full, 3 full and half full. So it will be equal to 3.5. DH is 18, T is 8, so you will get AVN. Similarly, you have to calculate ATG with respect to tension, gross area in tension. There is nothing but LT into T. LT is nothing but this value. From this particular point till here it is 40 and thickness is 8. So ATN is nothing but net area in tension. So ATG minus N into 0.5. Once again this value changes with every problem. DH into T. So ATG is 320 minus N. There are how many tension planes? Only one. So N is 1. And what is this 0.5? See, number of bolt holes along this tension plane. Only half bolt hole is participating, so 0.5 into DH is 18, T is 8. So ATN will be 248 mm square. So aware of all these values, substitute in these two. The least is 286.8, so TDB should be 286.8. So we are finding out the strength of this particular angle section, which is used as a tension member. So comparing TDG, TDN and TDB. Comparing these three values, the least is TDB, that is 286.8. So 286.8 will be the design tensile strength of this particular angle section. So you can take this problem as assignment and solve.